Hey guys, so I woke up and we do have V-Jump leaks. Well, we have the leaks already, but we have the scans today, so we're going to go ahead and go over what we have here. We have a golden Frieza transforming from, I guess, regular Angel Frieza, final form. We knew this was going to come at some point, we just didn't know when, but it looks like we're going to go ahead and do this now. So we're going to go over Dokkan stuff first, and then we'll move into Legends afterwards. They didn't really give us too much information here. They literally just said, okay, we have a Frieza coming. That's it. They don't give us any other information. Usually that's what they do for Dokkan. They don't really go into too much depth or detail about what we're getting here. So he's going to start as Angel Frieza, and then he's going to Dokkan Awaken into Angel Frieza final form. So that's the same thing. And then he has an active skill. It's going to allow him to transform into Golden Frieza Angel. So not really much to say about this, but we can take a look at some of the categories that he's going to be buffing, I guess. Me personally, I'm most excited about Wicked Bloodline getting buffed, obviously. In terms of what this team actually needs, they actually need probably, like, first of all, when you're looking at this category, you're thinking, okay, like, who's the best unit on this category? And it's Cooler. Cooler is the one who's carrying this category right now. And I guess you really have to decide, like, when you're building this team, you want units that work well with Cooler. And the thing with that is everybody works well with Cooler because he's just so versatile. So it doesn't really matter what this guy does. He's going to be good because Cooler is going to be on his team. And then if you take a look at the other categories that he's on, I mean, transformation boost, obviously Cooler is also the leader of this team. So I mean, it doesn't really matter how good he is for this team either, but he's going to be on this category. I guess for Wicked Bloodline, what they really want is another defensive unit, because they have the Tech Golden Frieza. Where is he? Right here. This Tech Golden Frieza is still really, really good. He's pretty much immune to taking damage with Cooler on rotation because he has the buff for his defense, and he also has, like, I think it's like 70% damage reduction or something like that. So there really aren't that many events in the game that can even damage him. So I feel like that's good for one rotation, but then the other rotation, I mean, the next best defensive unit is probably Cooler himself when he's transformed. So I guess you're looking for this guy to be another sort of defensive unit for the Wicked Bloodline team, so you could have two rotations where you have like two defensive walls on your team. That's pretty much what I've found. You know, you're always safe with this guy in one rotation because you can have him soak up the damage in one of the slots. But then if the enemies are spreading out their attacks, or on the other rotation you really don't have another defensive unit to just soak the damage up, you're going to be taking a lot of damage. So I feel like this guy could be a good defensive unit because this team doesn't really need that much more firepower with Cooler being here. And also, you know, this guy actually, it's very hard. You have Transforming Frieza, who's good, he's healing. Maybe like a debuffing type of unit would be good, or I don't know, something like that. But then we take a look at something like Otherworld Warriors, which honestly, I don't think this Frieza is going to be enough to push this team over the edge. They just got this LR Vegeta, who's really good. So this team just got a buff. But this Frieza is not going to really work super well with like all the super class units on here, just because the links are not going to match up at all. So, I mean, you do have this guy, I guess, but the problem with running this guy on this team is that he's debuffing the super class allies. And basically your whole team is going to be super class units, so I don't know. I guess you could technically run a rotation of this guy and this new Frieza together, which would be pretty cool, because that would basically mean that the only person on your rotation getting debuffed is the floater, which is not the worst thing ever, right? So that actually could work out, I guess. Then Representatives of Universe 7, the same sort of principle applies here, I guess, where this guy is, you know, debuffing pretty much every other unit on this category, but in a rotation with this guy alongside the new Angel Frieza, like, that could be a pretty good rotation where, again, the only unit being debuffed would be the floater. So I could see that being a pretty good setup for this team. And then Universe Survival Saga, I mean, there's so many options for this team now. It just keeps getting buffed every single update. So again, my only worry or concern is the fact that his links are not going to work well with anyone else except for, you guessed it, this guy. So yeah. And then we just talked about transformation boost, but I think the leader being Cooler makes it so that you can pretty much do whatever you want with this team, and it's not going to matter. Everyone on this category fits well on this team because of Cooler. So that's what we pretty much have for the Dokkan side of things. This guy's coming. I'm very excited, even though it's going to be on JP for the first, what is it, like 5 months or whatever. But hopefully we can see him sooner rather than later, so I'm excited about that. All right, moving into Legend stuff, we have the Big Bad Wolves coming coming to Legend. So the Universe 9, I think it's Trio to Dangers are coming. So a little bit of a like weird thing. I mean, people, because me personally, Dokkan and Legends typically tend to drop the same sort of things at the same time, and with Dokkan dropping this, I would have wanted LOE buff for Legends, because LOE has literally been untouched for like 6 months at this point. The last big update that LOE got was a Zenkai Cooler, and then before that, the last new unit they got was LF Frieza. So it's been a long time. It's about time they get a buff, but I guess we're going to be getting these dogmen for now. So the Universe 9 Trio to Dangers are coming. We don't have the full details of the scan just because this guy posted the full page, but it's not really legible. So we're going to go through the pieces that I'm able to see. First, we have the Bergamo. He's like the leader, right? So this one up here says, every time. So the more counts that pass, and if he takes damage, he's going to get stronger. So that kind of plays into how he worked in the anime as well, because I believe in his fight against Goku, he was like just absorbing all of his damage and just getting stronger, right? And then down here it says, if you have all 3 of the brothers together, he's going to be doing a ton of damage with his ultimate. So he has an ultimate art, it looks like. So that's pretty much all we know about this guy. Moving on to Lavender, it says Lavender up here. He's going to make use of status conditions, status effects, and then he's also going to be able to heavily debuff the enemy. So it sounds like this guy might be sort of like a mixture between Blue, the free-to-play Android 21, and like Omega Shenron. So imagine all of Omega Shenron's status abilities plus Android 21's debuffs. That's pretty scary and pretty annoying. Imagine getting paralyzed while also getting like million damage received debuffs on you. So if you get paralyzed, you're just going to take like 1,000,000,000% more damage. I don't know how strong this guy's actually going to be, but that's what it sounds like it's saying up here. It says he uses poison a lot, obviously. So that follows what happens in the show, because him against Gohan, he literally blinded Gohan. He literally couldn't attack. All right, so. And that's what it says there. Let's go back. And then he posted the full page, but unfortunately, it's just so small. I can't see the. So Basil's up here, right? There's three brothers up here. I can't see the details for Basil super well, but from what I can gather, it sounds like he's going to be an attacker, just based off what it's saying up here. It just says he attacks with great speed, and he's going to be able to attack a lot of times in a row. So maybe he's gonna have like card draw speed. Sounds like the normal sort of strike attacker, I would assume, for this Basil guy. I can't see what it says here, it's just too small, but I guess we will find out. And up here it talks about pretty much like who these guys are, but it doesn't say what type of banner this is going to be, and I don't think it even says when. Let me see if I can it doesn't say. Usually it says like, oh, this these guys are coming in the beginning of October or whatever. I don't think it says. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone so that I could zoom in more. No, I don't think it says anything. I mean, we're gonna wait and see. Once we get the full page in good detail and good quality, I'll see if I can notice a drop date or anything like that, but from right now, I can't see anything that says that. But I think, because my prediction, let me actually just pull up the summons here. My prediction is this is going to be the second Legends All-Stars. Because I think this Legends All-Stars banner is pretty much the equivalent of like the new Ultra Space Time. So I expect that we're going to get these missions again, and each one of these units are going to have their own mission. So it's going to be 2,000 for this guy, 2,000 for this guy, and 2,000 for this guy to get them 1,200 Z power. So we will see. And this one ends on 10/20, so maybe this one comes out like middle of October, like 10/15 ish. That makes sense to me, or maybe a little bit earlier than that. All right. So basically, my only problem that I have with these guys is what tag are they even going to be buffing? Like that's my concern here. And I can only really think of two, which are Universe Survival Saga and Powerful Opponent. I don't even know if they're going to fall into the Powerful Opponent tag. I guess they could. My only concern with this is that Kefla is not on here. And they pretty much fill the same role that Kefla does, in that they're just an enemy in the Universe Survival Saga, right? So I guess we'll find out if they are. I mean, I guess they should be on here, right? I don't know. That's sort of a question mark for now. At least we know they're going to be on this category. So, I guess they could go down a path where they did with Ribrianne. Well, not Ribrianne. Who's the Kakunsa and Rosie, where maybe they're buffing universe. Maybe this is where they introduce the Universe Survival Saga Z ability. So you would have the Universe Survival Saga Z ability, and then I think these guys would also have an extra buff to Universe 9, because the same way that Rosie and Kakunsa worked, where the main Z ability is buffing like the main tag, and then the sub tag is being buffed as well. So like maybe, I don't know, maybe Bergamo, for instance. Maybe Bergamo is buffing Strike Attack and Blast Attack to Universe Survival Saga, 25% or whatever, and then he's also giving 8% Strike Attack to Universe 9. So it's going to incentivize you to run these guys with each other to get the most out of what their kit. And I assume their kits are going to work with each other specifically, so you want to run them all together, I assume. But that is pretty much everything we have. Again, it's really early in the morning, so that's why my voice is a little bit nasally here. I just woke up and saw this, so I decided it'd be a good idea to make a video on this. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next one.